This is The Download from Sounds Profitable, your daily source for the essential news in the business of podcasting. I'm Gavin Gaddis. Here's what you need to know for today, Monday, January 26th, besides the fact it's a date palindrome if you write it a certain way. First up, report programmatic audio is a core buy for marketers in 2026. A new Programmatic by Comscore survey of over 200 advertising decision makers in November finds 58% of marketers plan to increase programmatic investments this year, which is down from 72% at the same time in 2024. Proximic attributes this to buyers transitioning away from scale first, optimize later strategies into a more disciplined spend strategy. With that discipline comes heavier investment in audio and podcast specifically, often coupled with Connect TV as buyers package them both in the same media plan. A notion backed up by a recent Odyssey Insights post looking at Nielsen ComsPoint data showing adding audio to a mix with OTT, that's over the top, increased conversion rates 11%. In addition to reach, streaming radio and podcast act as a primer for audiences, with Odyssey finding adding audio to a marketing mix drives brand awareness up 26%. Next up, Netflix's CEO says the streamer is competing with YouTube in every dimension. No, this isn't a multiverse thing. TubeFilter covers Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos directly addressing YouTube as competition, saying, quote, "They are TV. So we all compete with them in every dimension," end quote. Flashback to March of last year when Sarandos said YouTube was in the killing time business, while Netflix was in the business of spending time. The latter, quote, likely was a course correction to distance Netflix from the, possibly exaggerated, second screen edict at the time, which was a oft-covered thing, claiming several writers were being told by Netflix to make their shows more second screen friendly for people not paying attention to the screen. Regardless of the motivations back in March of last year, going from saying YouTube is a tool for killing time to directly addressing YouTube as direct competition is a major shift for Netflix. Next up, Substack launches TV app. Subscribers decry it as veering away from the written word. Deadline covers the announcement that Substack has launched their TV app into beta on Apple TV and Google TV. The app features both free and paid programming featuring notable Substack content creators and celebrity guests. The announcement sparked a wave of comments on social media discussion about Substack's continued move away from the written word. I put it to you, dear podcast listener, the fact that this Deadline article at no point uses the phrase newsletter when referring to Substack is pretty important. Besides, my phone went off to punctuate that. Substack made a concerted effort to brand newsletters on their service as a Substack instead of a blog or a newsletter ages ago. Substack making a pivot to video acts as a sort of microcosm for what outsiders see when they look at the most popular parts of video podcasting, an industry originally known for a specific format that, to an untrained eye, looks like it's just posting long-form YouTube videos now. And finally, this one's a short but important one for any Podcast Academy members in the audience. The Ambies 2026 nominations are live and voting is currently live for the Podcast Academy members. The deadline to get your votes in is Thursday, February 5th. Winners will be announced Monday, February 23rd at On Air Fest in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. And I'll be there. Well, maybe not at the ceremony, but I will be in Brooklyn at that time. As for the rest of the news, Edison Research has published their top 50 podcasts in the United States for Q4 2025. Lower Street has hired Alex Zingdale Sentner as their new head of audience development. Semaphore has interviewed Freakonomics Stephen Dubner, including a discussion on why long-form podcasting is alive and well. The Roost has signed on The Crew Has It, hosted by actors Michael Rainey Jr. and Gianni Paolo, bringing the podcast back after a 2-year hiatus. OPB profiles the Zooquarium podcast, a kids and family production by Portland artist Mike Bennett. The Media Leader has a new piece collecting 2026 industry predictions from industry leaders, including our very own Brian Barletta. And writer Mark Tanner gives an overview on how China's podcasting scene has grown in recent months. As usual, there is one handy link in your podcast show notes / description / whatever you want to call it that'll take you directly to today's episode post on soundsprofitable.com with links to everything I just talked about. You can also subscribe for the newsletter version that will send you all the links direct to your email inbox every day. The download is written and produced by myself, Brian Barletta, and Tom Webster. For Sounds Profitable, I'm Gavin Gaddis, and I'll see you tomorrow.